How do you go at keeping your focus? How do you go at keeping your focus? There's a fair bit of recent research that's a little alarming that indicates that we as a generation have challenges that other generations didn't have. Do you know the average worker, I don't know if you consider yourself an average person or whether you consider yourself a worker, but the average worker experiences 15 interruptions every hour. The average worker experiences 15 interruptions every hour. Another study found that of all the meetings people have, 1 in 3 of them is unnecessary. I don't know if this applies to you or not. Be good to. Most phones now have a screen time app that tells you how it works, but people check their phones on average 352 times a day. And 69% of the workforce admit that having a phone distracts them from their work. That's interesting, isn't it? I watched an interview with Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, last night, and he said, if you look at your phone more than you look into the eyes of another human being, you're doing it wrong. If you look at your phone more than you look into the eyes of another human being, you're doing it wrong. That's interesting for the chairman of Apple to say that. Apparently, having constant distractions like notifications on your phone reduces your IQ by more than smoking weed or cannabis. Having constant digital distractions reduces your IQ by more than smoking cannabis. Apparently, 99% of people who work experience a loss of productivity because of unexpected interruptions. Can you identify with that? And I don't know how you process this if we're getting 15 interruptions an hour, but apparently it takes 23 minutes and 15 seconds to fully recover focus after being distracted. The Pharisees, and look in a minute, come to Jesus and say, what do we need to focus on? I think it's an important question. What are the things that draw your attention away? We've had 102 responses so far from 42 people. I actually think knowing what distracts you is quite important. There are a whole lot of people who are paid good money to take control of your mind for you. They are the advertising industry, your phone company. There are psychologists who are behind how social media works and phones. There are psychologists who help design TikTok. And all these people are trying to take control of your mind. And what Jesus is saying is, no, you need to take control. And as you take control, make sure your mind is focused on loving God.